Europa is a gorgeous platforming adventure from Novadust Entertainment that feels heavily inspired by 2012's Journey. Throughout its 4 hours, you'll run, glide, and fly across the titular moon of Jupiter as you piece together the story of what happened between the humans and mechanical beasts known as gardeners during the downfall of this once utopia. While the strong premise and Ghibli-esque visuals kick things off on a high note, the adventure sadly hits a wall thanks to shallow puzzle design and an incredibly frustrating wrinkle in its movement system. You play as Z, a robotic child who can momentarily float through the air by using this consumable blue energy. When your energy is topped off and you're soaring through the sky, gathering upgrade crystals or scraps of paper with lore drops, Europa's flight feels liberating. Skimming across the surface of a pond or flying high among the ruins makes this beautiful world sing in a way that had me entranced in the opening moments. This feeling is bolstered by a lovely score and some solid writing in the various diary entries that you come across throughout the stages, which left me genuinely intrigued to find out just what went down long before I had arrived here. However, those good vibes do not manage to last thanks to the binary nature of traversal throughout Europa. I too often found myself running out of flight energy without a refill in close proximity, meaning that I had to clumsily trudge my way across vast spaces using Z's painfully slow running speed and bunny hop through lackluster platforming challenges until I found a place to fill up. Without flight, it honestly felt like a chore to get from one place to another, which is what this game is all about. I quickly began to look at my energy meter as a fun meter, and the second that thing reached zero, I stopped having a good time. This happened all too often throughout nearly every chapter of the game, grinding any momentum that had briefly accumulated up until then to a halt. This frustration is compounded by an increasing amount of annoying enemies that resemble guardians from Breath of the Wild. There's no fail state or game over in Europa, but running out of flying juice and getting pinned down by constant fire as you slowly inch your way towards cover had me wishing for some sweet release. This is a shame because Europa's moments of liberating brilliance are so heavily overshadowed by these frustrating stretches. There are also occasional puzzles throughout the game, but these boil down to finding a handful of keys in a specific area or activating a few switches in order to open a path forward. These aren't offensive in and of themselves, as they amount to a scavenger hunt across a picturesque landscape, but when paired with the aforementioned movement and enemy frustrations, they quickly grew on my nerves. It feels like I would have enjoyed this game more had it removed the friction of consumable flight energy and annoying roadblocks altogether, and just let me experience its beautiful world at my own leisure. As it stands, Europa is a noble attempt to recapture the magic of that game company's journey, but it lacks the elegance to reach those soaring heights. Europa is available now for $14.99 on PC and Nintendo Switch.